Hi, Jacqueline Foster here. Excited to be back, sharing more of my journeys on the pole and also my life journeys and lessons in general. This week, what I'd like to share is this idea of criticizing that which you'd like to become and how harmful that is in moving forward and pursuing your own dreams. If you want to be a musician, but every time you see a musician performing, you are judging them and criticizing them, what are you saying to yourself about being in the position of a musician? You are connecting being a musician with judgment and criticism. And there is a space inside of you, inside of me, that if I'm criticizing and judging that which I want to become, it's not going to seem very appealing. It's going to be as if I have one foot on the gas and one foot on the brake. I'm moving forward, but I'm also stopping myself. So being aware of these ways that we judge and criticize that which we want to become is extremely helpful in shifting that perception and moving forward. I had this experience in the past couple of months where I was watching a public speaker and I had that happen. I really want to get more into public speaking, into speaking more with audiences, but I caught myself criticizing and judging and seeing the power that I was seeing in that speaker as a negative, and seeing the way they were sharing and speaking as a negative, instead of really just observing, learning, taking in, looking for those nuggets, and really being present with the speaker. And I noticed that happening as well in my pole dancing class, watching some of the other girls, and instead of just really observing and soaking it in, I caught myself, judging some of the songs that people were picking and realizing that none of that was constructive. And all of this is a learning process and a journey. So I encourage you to, one, think about and ask yourself, who do you want to become? What do you want to do? And this is a continual question I think all of us ask ourselves. But as you ask yourself, then take a moment to observe other people doing what you want to do, what you want to become, and watching how you observe them. Do you observe them with judgment and criticism? Or do you observe them, one, noting the bravery and the chances that they've taken in order to create opportunities for themselves? And do you observe, what they're doing in a positive way to really move themselves forward? If you are seeing them in a position of doing what you want to do, there's something to learn there. There's certainly something that can be observed and something that can be learned from to grow. And it's so, so important to remember that. And the more that we can observe and be open and be curious and really see this space as full of possibilities, we're really shifting from a space of criticizing and opening to that space of possibilities, which is really important when we want to grow. We need to see opportunity, and we need to see other people that have grown as people who have positive traits and positive characteristics. So I encourage you, once again, think about who and what you want to become and how you observe the people that you want to become. And in observing them, notice, are you criticizing and judging, or are you observing and are you noticing their bravery and the chances that they're taking, and really soaking that in to give you energy to move forward so that you take your foot off the brake and keep your foot on the gas. And the other thing that this is helpful for is shifting from this space of competition, that if you're in a space that means you're threatening my space for growth or moving into that position, and moving into collaboration. That, if there's one public speaker who offers their services in one way, it doesn't mean that I can't do that in my own way. And if there's a musician, that has their form of singing and performing, there's certainly a space for another artist who is, who sings and performs in their own way. So by noticing the power and the growth and the opportunity that one person has does not mean that you're taking away your own. It actually means that you're giving more fuel to your own growth and, seeing and really holding in light that person that you're observing as well. So I encourage you to think about this week and think about these areas and see where you can shift some perspective and possibly even just open your perspective a little bit. It's been wonderful sharing with you. Wishing you a wonderful day and looking forward to share more with you in the future. Thanks.